There you're watching COVID 360. I'm Sneha Mordani, and today we are putting the spotlight on women and vaccinations. We speak about concerns women have about vaccinations vis-a-vis their menstrual health, and these are questions that they have been asking. Do vaccines impact the gynecological health of women? Do they impact their periods or their fertility? Can lactating women take the vaccine? Can pregnant women take the vaccine? Women are asking these questions now as India is opening up vaccinations in a big way and also perhaps is going to start vaccinating lactating women and pregnant women. Here is our report on what women need to know. 34-year-old Dimple Arora Chawla, 7 months pregnant with her second child.
I am not able to speak.
In her last video, before her painful death, put the focus on why our women, pregnant women, need protection against the deadly novel coronavirus. Nearly 5% of the country's population comprises of women who are pregnant. But the government has not yet included them in the clinical trials, and they are not getting a shot against COVID-19. But given the concerns around their immunocompromised condition, experts say this is the need of the hour. Pregnant women infected with COVID-19 face a higher risk of death than those who are not, a study has revealed. The analysis by a team of international scientists from the University of Oxford and published on the JAMA Pediatrics Network found that pregnant women with the infection are also more likely to see their newborn babies die of the virus. Should a woman get a vaccine if she wants to have a baby?
We have already seen that a COVID-19 infection in pregnancy is very deleterious. So it's better that we see that that because the benefits outweigh the risk for COVID vaccination. So a lady should get herself vaccinated before getting pregnant.
Does fertility get impacted if I take a shot against COVID-19?
COVID vaccine does not have any impact on long-term or short-term effects on fertility, and it has been recommended by the American Society of Reproductive Medicine also that women planning to conceive can safely take the vaccine and then they can plan pregnancy. It does not have any long-term or short-term impact on fertility.
Does the vaccine affect the menstrual cycle?
A lot of studies are going on right now, but none of them have shown any impact on the gynecological health of the woman or her periods. See, periods are affected by a lot of things: stress, exercise, food. So there may be other things which are associated with it.
A study in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology showed that pregnant women make COVID antibodies after vaccination and successfully transfer them to their fetuses. The only way for the infants to get COVID antibodies is from their mother. Here in India too, the chorus to protect pregnant women is growing. Many say the benefits outweigh the risks and the choice should be that of the woman's. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today. I spoke earlier to Dr. N.K. Arora, the chairman of the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization, on their recommendations on opening up vaccinations for pregnant and lactating women. Listen in. Sir, you also have suggested vaccinating pregnant and lactating women. Just to tell us, where is the data? Because trials, I believe, have not been done on pregnant women at all.
So no decision, a specific decision has been done on that. I think whatever is circulating is not correct. And I think all of us have to wait what the final decision is taken by the committee as well as by the government.
Right
I think we'll
now,
have to wait for a while.
Okay, so right now, lactating women and pregnant women should not be taking the vaccine.
as of today, lactating women will become eligible for getting the vaccines.
Okay.
For pregnant lady, a firm decision is yet to be taken.
All right. Lactating women were also part of the clinical trials for both the vaccines, sir?
Lactating women, the concern for fetus is not there anymore, and the vaccines available are not live vaccines. So that's why the world over, including WHO, suggests that lactating women should get all the vaccines.
Also, when I say lactating, I mean women who've just had a baby and are feeding the
Yes.
child. So they can
That's
take the
correct.
shot against the
So
infection?
immediately after delivery, anytime these women can take a shot.
So via the breast milk, will the immunity be passed on to the child also who's feeding from the mother?
This is very important question and interesting. I think there are very little studies, but as a general principle, whenever mother is immunized, children do get benefit out of that. But here, the type of vaccine, the type of antibody which are required, it is oral antibodies are not there, or whether to what extent that would be, because breast milk excretes vaccine antibodies which are working on the surface of mouth and the gastrointestinal tract. So this issue is not very clear. At least
Okay.
I am not much aware of how useful it is.
Top gynecologists weigh in on how pregnant women need to get the shot as they are the most vulnerable, as they are immunocompromised. Also, they form about 5% of the entire population, so it's not really a small number. Listen in. Joining me now on the show are Dr. Parinita Kaur. She's a consultant, internal medicine, Akash Healthcare. Dr. G. Vishu Vandana is a senior consultant, Apollo Cradle in Chennai, and Dr. Bhagya Lakshmi is a consultant with Yashoda Hospitals in Hyderabad. Thank you all for joining me on the broadcast. Several questions that women are asking right now. I want to begin by asking you, Dr. Parinita, what is your take as far as the safety of the vaccine on women, for example, when they are on their period is concerned? If a woman is having her periods, is it safe to go take the vaccine? That's a question. That's a frequently asked question.
Yeah, so thank you very much for having me on the show. As far as we physicians are concerned, we see no contraindication in patients or in people who are going through their menstrual cycle. They can very well go ahead and take the vaccine. The only thing is that if you're feeling a little weak, or a few people just have a difficult time during their periods, having lower abdominal pains or body aches. So in that case, they just feel a little, they feel like having rest in any case.
Okay.
So if you want to avoid for a day or two, you can very well do that. But as far as any contraindication is concerned, there is no contraindication. You can have a little bit of soreness and a little bit of fever after the vaccine, but that is okay. That has nothing to do with the dysmenorrhea or with the period pain or bleeding during the periods. So anybody who's having periods can go ahead and take the vaccine.
Okay, all right, that's an important point. You can be feeling generally unwell if you're having your periods, but it has got nothing to do with the vaccine. You can delay it for a day or two, but there is no direct link between any problems during periods. If at all, you have to go ahead and get a shot. Dr. G. Vishnu Vandana, tell me, what is your take on some queries regarding the fertility of women getting impacted if you take the vaccine? What are your suggestions?
I think that's a myth, because I think there is no evidence and there is no proof, no data to support that. Definitely there is no link between female infertility and the vaccine.
Okay. And there are lots of women, in fact, these are queries that we keep getting about women who want to conceive in the near future, and they ask whether they should be getting the vaccine or not. Dr. G. Vishu, your take on this particular issue?
Right now, all the trials that have been done did not include pregnant and lactating women. So those who are planning to conceive can go ahead and conceive, but ideally 2 months after the second dose of vaccine is taken, just because we don't have enough data in early part of pregnancy when the vaccine is given.
Dr. Bhagya
So I would
Lakshmi,
suggest-
okay. Okay. Dr. Bhagyalakshmi, I want to ask you, what's your take as from, from what Dr. G. Vishnu has been saying about women who want to conceive and who then are planning to take the vaccine? Should they take the vaccine and plan their pregnancy, or how should they really go about it?
As such, young women are still not being given the vaccine. That's number one. But if they are planning for pregnancy, they can go ahead and plan for pregnancy. And even if someone has conceived just even without knowing that they are pregnant, if they have taken the vaccine, they can go ahead with the pregnancy without having to go for termination of pregnancy. There is no proven data to say that there is any congenital anomaly or there is going to be any miscarriage. So they need not be worried. They can go ahead and plan for pregnancy and still take the vaccine.
Dr. Parinita, lots of women have been asking this question about the fact that if they're breastfeeding, should they then be taking the vaccine as well, or should they stop until the time they are done breastfeeding? After they've weaned off the child, that's when they can start, that's when they can plan getting a shot of the vaccine.
Yeah, so that's what there's not enough data right now. So as far as the current situation is concerned, the pregnant and the lactating females are not being given the vaccine because there is not enough data. So once we have data on this, we can be clearly telling this. But so far, the pregnant and the lactating women are not. They are not recommended to take the vaccine as of now.
Dr. G. Vishnu, some women have been reporting a delay as far as the periods are concerned after taking the shot. Though there is little data, but this is anecdotal evidence and anecdotal, information that we have received from various people. What do you have to suggest or advise as far as periods and vaccination is concerned when it comes to a possible delay in periods after taking the jab? Is that going to have any sort of a long-term impact in your opinion?
No, see, when you see black and white, you think of zebra, not horse. So when you think of irregular periods, when a woman comes to you with irregular periods, you evaluate the common factors first. This kind of media exposure regarding vaccine and period delays and irregularity in the period will only lead to more vaccine hesitancy. While there is no data, I think we should put this thing to rest. I think there is no evidence and there's no proof that there is any connection between the vaccine and the period pattern.
Dr. Bhagyalakshmi, the government of India also has been saying this, that we for the moment did not include women as far as the trials were concerned, pregnant women. There is a lot of thought about whether the government should now go ahead and give the dose to women also, given the fact that the National Technical Advisory Group has advised the same, and given that women, as we have seen, are falling prey to the disease and also are succumbing to this infection, as we've seen. What is your opinion?
So as you know, about 5% of the Indian population is comprised of pregnant women. That means it's a large population. And here we have to think about three criteria. The international federations, the international criteria is that they have been giving vaccine to the pregnant and lactating women, and they have not found any serious deleterious side effects in them. Whereas Indian government, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has not yet given the nod for the vaccine, for the simple reason that we have not got enough data, and our vaccine is different from the mRNA vaccine, which is being used in US and UK and other places. So our manufacturers have not done their work on pregnant women, and so we do not have sufficient data to say the safety of these vaccines on pregnant women. But FOGSI, which is a large group which governs the Gynecologists and Obstetrics Society in India, is of the strong opinion that the pregnant women should be given the same option as the other fellow Indians to have the vaccine, because the risk and side effects of the vaccine are much less compared to the mortality and morbidity of the disease per se. Because when a pregnant woman gets infected, the morbidity and mortality is much higher than a pregnant woman who's not having the infection. The pregnant woman should be given the option, and she should be given the choice to choose whether she wants to take the vaccine or not.
Okay.
And we have a survey where a woman registers, she's given all information, and then she should be allowed to take out of her own free will whether she wants to take the vaccine or not.
But is more
Because-
data required? Dr. G. Vishnu, what do you think? The government has been saying that we are in fact waiting for more data on this because the trials have not been done. But look at what happened in Brazil. They started the vaccination for pregnant women, had to suspend it. What should India do in your opinion?
See, if you're looking for data, then trials are a must. So in every trial, there will be some casualties. So without going, then if you're looking for evidence, trials are the only evidence now, which is what the government of India is waiting for. The vaccines that are being currently provided in India have not included pregnant and lactating women in the trials. And as a matter of fact, the manufacturers recommend strongly not to give it to pregnant and lactating women. But like in the West, they have started vaccinating even from the first trimester onwards, based on the trials conducted on about 90,000 pregnant women who have been followed up. Please remember, even the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines did not include the pregnant and lactating women in their clinical trials prior to release. All these 90,000 women have been vaccinated and then they have been followed up. And so far the results are good. If we actually equate this vaccine to the flu vaccine, I think we are fairly safe because this is not a live vaccine. And the data so far, proves there is no problem. And more importantly, the problem now, what we are facing is, there is increased risk of a pregnant woman getting into, major issues with the COVID disease, rather than, having a problem secondary to the vaccine.
Okay.
So which is the reason why FOXI has been, pushing for the vaccine, and the GOI approval is still awaited.
You know, Dr. Parinita, a lot of questions are being asked away about the adverse effect of this on the fetus if a woman is pregnant. What's your take on this? What is it that you can tell our viewers as far as some possible adverse effect on the fetus is concerned, and which trimester is this vaccine then safe to be given in that sense? Because in India right now we don't have much data regarding this, as we know.
So as as long as we are not doing any trials, it will be very difficult to answer this, because unless we use it on somebody, we can't be predicting the outcome. But what I know of is that in the second wave, we have seen a lot of complications happening in the third trimester specifically, wherein preterm labors have happened, severe COVID has happened. We've had to terminate pregnancies. We've had to conduct preterm deliveries only to give a fair chance to the mother and the baby to survive. So, if there was a way that we could prevent this from happening, and we could prevent the mother to go in for such severe COVID disease, because as it is, the pregnant females are immunocompromised.
Yes.
And once they go in and suffer COVID infection, especially in the third trimester, we've seen a lot of patients going in for premature deliveries with severe COVID and ending up with complications.
Okay.
So if we find out a way where we can protect this and protect the mother as well as the fetus from going through such hypoxic damage, such severe stress on the body, then obviously this is something to look out for.
Definitely.
And I totally agree that we should give the pregnant females an option to go in for the vaccine, and this will only happen. This can only happen once we register them in trials. So we can't predict the effect of the vaccine on the fetus unless we go in for the trials.
Absolutely. Trials need of the hour. The government has said that we've not done it yet, but there is a possibility that we could be doing it. Also, Dr. Bhagya Lakshmi, most frequently asked questions: can a woman, if at all she's lactating and she's taken the vaccine, can the benefits of the vaccine then in terms of providing immunity, some degree of immunity to the woman, be passed on to the child in the form of, through the breast milk route to the baby then who's also feeding? Is that something that is possible?
Yeah, the antibodies are secreted in the mother's breast milk. So when the baby feeds on the mother's milk, obviously the baby also gets the antibodies. and it gives the baby protection from getting the infection. It definitely helps, and we are encouraging lactating women to take the vaccine and also feed the baby.
And final comments to Dr. G. Vishnu. Your take on whether if a pregnant woman takes the vaccine is going to be providing protection indirectly to the unborn child also. Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. The vaccine induces, especially after the second dose of the vaccine is given, it induces like good immune response, and these antibodies pass through the placenta to the unborn fetus. And definitely the baby receives the benefit of that even after birth, up to 6 months of life.
Okay.
So definitely once the GOA approval comes, I think this is only the last step towards vaccination. We have the NTAGA, the National Advisory Body for Immunization, has strongly recommended it, so also the FOXP. So the final thing, the ball rests with the GOI.
Yes,
once the approval
undoubtedly.
comes, I think all of us will be counseling our patients. And of course, while it is completely voluntary and not mandatory, we would encourage pregnant women to have this, because this is the only option we have now.
Absolutely,
Otherwise,
that's the only option.
Like Dr. Bhagyalakshmi said, 5% of the population is pregnant.
Yes.
So who's going to protect them? So unless 65 to 70% of the entire population is vaccinated, we will not reach herd immunity, and we'll be seeing waves after waves.
Absolutely. So many women we know are in fact fearful. They don't want to conceive now. And many pregnant women are not able to come out of their homes because they are extremely worried. They are not getting the vaccine right now, but the government obviously is saying that we are trying to have a plan in place. Data is need of the hour. Certainly, trials not been done on pregnant women just yet, but the suggestion of the NTAGI is that let pregnant women and lactating women have a choice as far as the vaccine is concerned. Dr. Parinita Kaur, thank you. Dr. G. Vishnu and Dr. Bhagyalakshmi also. I'm thanking all of you for joining us and sharing your
Thank you for
important
having us.
and very valuable perspective with us on that extremely important story that we are tracking. Women and their health as vis-a-vis the vaccine, whether they can take the vaccine or not. I hope that answers many of the questions that the viewers have been asking. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Even as India is considering vaccination for pregnant and lactating women, here's a look at how other countries are ensuring pregnant women are safely inoculated against COVID-19. Milind Sharma filed this report. It started with caution. Scientists world over knew little about how well vaccines would work on women who were expecting, as they had been excluded from the clinical trials. But chance is what they took. A handful of countries began vaccinating pregnant women based on small but steadily growing body of evidence that vaccines are safe and effective during pregnancy. Backed with research, more countries started to toe the line that vaccinating women is the way forward, since the benefits outweigh the risks. A study published in JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, showed that the vaccine developed by Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna vaccines produced robust immune responses and are likely to provide at least some protection against two dangerous coronavirus variants to pregnant and lactating women. Vaccinated women can also pass protective antibodies to their fetuses through the bloodstream and to their infants through breast milk, the research suggested. In a second study published in the Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology, has said that there is no evidence that either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines damage the placenta during pregnancy. COVID-19 presents serious risks during pregnancy. Because of these, even the Center for Disease Control and Prevention has recommended that the vaccines at least be made available to pregnant people, many of whom have opted to receive the shots in the USA. The United Kingdom too has advised pregnant women to receive either the Pfizer-BioNTech or Moderna vaccines. China has included pregnant and lactating women as groups who can get vaccinated. Chile has designated pregnant women a COVID-19 vaccination priority, began issuing Pfizer doses to those with underlying health issues in their second or third trimesters. Brazil was administering the Oxford AstraZeneca shots to pregnant women in the country. Up until a death was reported, the vaccination drive has now been suspended until the health ministry establishes the cause of death of the pregnant woman.
With emerging science, we do have evidence that points to the fact that vaccination of pregnant and lactating women can provide safety to the mother as well as the unborn child. But these studies have only been done on a fewer number of vaccine candidates, most of them being mRNA vaccines of Moderna and Pfizer. More studies will need to be done in other vaccine candidates such as Oxford AstraZeneca to make sure that immunogenicity and safety is essentially provided to pregnant and lactating women post-vaccination. In New Delhi, Milad Sharma for India Today.
Well, that's all we could pack in this episode of COVID 360. Be safe, stay well, goodbye.